Hello everyone, welcome to the online class of Environmental Studies. I am Kirtika Singh, your EVS teacher, and I hope you all are fine at your home. I will explain lesson number 10, that is forests. Contents of the lesson are Introduction, Dependence on forest, Adivasis or tribals, other benefits of forests, deforestation, conservation of forests, sacred groves, steps to conserve forest in the last recap shots. Introduction. A forest is an area of land dominated by trees. Forests are rightly called as the lungs of the earth. They are the home to millions of animal species and birds. A visit to the forest can be the most fascinating experience for anyone. Forests are made up of trees, shrubs, grasses, herbs, and much more. There are so many animals, from rodents to big carnivores, who live in forests. Dependence on forests. Forests cover one-third of the world's land surface area. Forests provide us a lot of things. We can say that we are not able to survive without plants or forests. Early humans lived in forests. Their life is totally dependent on the forest. They hunted animals for food. They made clothes with the leaves of trees and cut wood for fuel. Millions of people still live and depend on the forests for their livelihood. They get food and firewood from forests. In some or other way, we all dependent on the forests. Approximately 5,000 commercial products that we get from the forests, like timber for furniture, building houses, making other things. Other products include turpentine, medicines, flowers, rubber, paper, cotton fabrics, linen, and other things. Adivasis or tribals. Forests give shelter to a large population of tribes known as Adivasis. The Adivasi societies can be found in Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and the northeastern states and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They use leaves of banana, banyan, and sal to make pattals for serving food. Bamboos are used to make roofs and walls of huts, ropes, lamps, hats, boxes, cooking utensils, baskets, etc. They use mahua flower for making liquor and tendu leaves for rolling beedis. Forest Rights Act 2008. Forest resource has been exploited by humans for a very longer time. The Adivasis continued to be deprived of their ownership rights for very longer time. Government authorities declared this a historical injustice and intended to recompense it. Their initiative led to a success story. In early 2008, a new Forest Rights Act granted the Adivasis the right to monitor, administer, and use the forest under collective ownership. This enables them to obtain better prices for what grows in the forest. This is crucial for the Adivasis who live below the poverty line. Other benefits of forests. Forests produce oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. They help in maintaining the balance in the level of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This in turn reduces global warming. They help in reducing soil erosion. They absorb tons of dust and other pollutants. They also absorb noise, thereby decreasing noise pollution. Forests regulate the temperature and cause rainfall. Forests offer a great biodiversity. It is home to a variety of plants and animals. Now we are going to discuss about the benefits of the forests in detail. The first picture showing global warming. The increase in the temperature of Earth's atmosphere is called global warming. Only the plants can control global warming. So if we have to control the global warming, then we must plant more and more trees. By this, we can understand that forests regulate the temperature. Now, how forests cause rainfall? Forests are called as the source that calls the rain. This is because forests give out water vapor from their leaves during transpiration, which forms the clouds, and later clouds precipitate and fall down on earth in the form of rain. Now, what is transpiration? It is the process of water passing out from the surface of a plant or leaf. So, we can say forests regulate the temperature and cause rainfall. Soil erosion. The displacement of the upper layer of soil by air or water from one place to another is called soil erosion. As we all know that roots of the plant hold the soil very tightly. It don't allow to run off the soil with the water or blow away with the air. In the picture, you are able to see the displacement of soil with water and air, and that is soil erosion. Absorption of dust and pollutants. How is it possible? So, we all know that there are so many small hairs on the leaves of the plant. They trap the dust on the surface of the leaves. Some plants accumulate the pollutants from the environment in their body. That's why we plant number of trees along the roadsides and at our homes also. Plants or forests absorb the noise pollution. What is noise? Noise is the unwanted sound. Sound is basically a form of energy, and noise pollution is the disturbing and excessive noise that may harm the activity or balance of human or animal life. It causes stress, hamper concentration, and cause accidents. So we must control it. As sound is a form of energy, so leaves, twigs, and branches of trees, shrubs absorb the sound energy. For this also, we plant trees along the roadsides. Biodiversity. Forests offer great biodiversity. There will be the question that what is biodiversity? It is the existence of a number of different kinds of animals and plants which together make a good and healthy environment. We all know that forest is the home for a number of animals. So, if forest will be there, then forests will offer a great biodiversity. Deforestation. Forests are disappearing at an alarming rate mainly due to human activities. Cutting down the trees is called deforestation. Humans cut the forest to convert the forest into agricultural land so the food production could be increased. We cut the trees for firewood paper, and to make wooden objects. Effects of deforestation. We know that trees hold the soil with their roots. If trees are gone, soil will be washed away, causing soil erosion. The first picture is showing soil erosion. Deforestation causes drought and floods. Soil loses its fertility over time, and also water holding capacity of the soil get reduced. That's why flood will occur. Trees help in maintaining water cycle in nature. They absorb water from the soil and distributes it in the atmosphere by the process of transpiration. The accumulation of these water vapor in the atmosphere is one of the reason of rainfall. Now, in the absence of trees, this process doesn't take place and leads to low rainfall, thus causes drought in that area. Second and third picture is showing drought and flood. Carbon dioxide level will increase when we cut down the trees or burn the wood, which lead to the global warming. Conservation of forests. Conservation of forests is essential for the survival of mankind. Chipko movement. It was a non-violent movement aimed at protection and conservation of trees and forests from being destroyed. Chipko movement is also known as Chipko Andolan. This movement took place in Uttarakhand in 1973. It created an example for starting of non-violent protest in India. This movement was started under the leadership of Sundarlal Bahuguna, Gaura Devi and Chandi Prasad Bhatt. The movement was called Chipko because in this movement the villagers hugged the trees and saved them from felling. Sacred groves. Sacred groves are forest patches traditionally protected or worshipped by communities in reverence of a deity. In the wake of increasing deforestation, these sacred groves help in conserving forests. The sacred groves are mostly found in the states of Karnataka, Maharashtra, Kerala, and Madhya Pradesh. To conserve the forests, some setup has been done by the government and other organizations like wildlife sanctuaries, botanical gardens, afforestation, Van Mahotsav, biosphere reserve, national parks and plantation of mangrove trees. Wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries are areas where animals and birds can live protected and safe in their natural habitat, away from poaching or trafficking. Some examples of wildlife sanctuaries are Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary in Karnataka, Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary in Kerala, Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary in Gujarat, Koyna Wildlife Sanctuary in Maharashtra. Botanical Gardens. A collection of living plants designed chiefly to illustrate relationships between the plant groups. Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose, Indian Botanical Garden, Havra, National Botanic Garden, Lucknow, etc. are the examples of botanical garden in India. Afforestation and Van Mahotsav. Planting of trees is called afforestation. Indian government supplies tree saplings to encourage planting at various places. Van Mahotsav is celebrated every year to plant trees. National parks. National parks are areas that aim to protect the natural environment. They are also involved in public recreation and enjoyment activities. In a national park, flora and fauna are present in their natural state. Some examples of national parks are Betla National Park in Jharkhand, Blackbuck National Park in Gujarat, Gir Forest National Park in Gujarat, Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Biosphere reserves, areas preserving wildlife, landforms, and waterways while providing appropriate public use and enjoyment of a natural environment. Examples of biosphere reserves are Sundarban Biosphere Reserve in West Bengal, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve in Uttarakhand, Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve in Great Nicobar. Mangrove trees. Mangrove have been planted to offer natural protection from soil erosion. Mangrove trees help to form a natural barrier against violent storm and floods. Other important issues related to forests. Forest fires destroy forests. Fires in a forest are generally caused due to carelessness like throwing of burning matchsticks, cigarette butts, etc. This has to be prevented. Create awareness among people to save the environment. Overgrazing should not be done at the same place in a forest. Insects and pests that harm plants can be controlled by spraying pesticides. Infected trees should be cut to prevent other trees getting infected. We should plant more and more trees and never cut a tree. In the last recap shots, forests provide us with a number of useful products like timber, paper, rubber, gum, food, medicine, and many other things. Forests replenish oxygen in the environment and absorb carbon dioxide. Forests contribute to the water cycle by causing rainfall. Forests prevent soil erosion and drought and enhance the quality of soil by adding humus to it. One of the major causes of disappearance of forests is deforestation. It is important to conserve forests. This is all about the explanation of this lesson. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.